Let me ask you something. Have you ever achieved something you desperately wanted only to feel empty a few days later? Maybe it was a promotion, a new phone, more money, a relationship, or finally reaching a goal you spent months chasing. For a moment you felt amazing, but then that feeling disappeared, and suddenly your mind started chasing the next thing. Why? Were you ungrateful? Were you asking for too much? Or is there something about happiness that almost nobody understands? Here's a shocking truth. If happiness only depended on getting what you wanted, then the richest people would never depressed. Successful people would never feel lonely. Celebrities would never struggle with anxiety. But they do, because happiness and pleasure are not the same thing. Pleasure comes from getting something, happiness comes from becoming someone. Modern psychology has discovered something fascinating. It's called hedonic adaptation. Your brain quickly gets used to almost everything. The new car becomes an ordinary car. The dream job becomes just another job. The exciting relationship turns into routine. The problem is not that your life gets worse. The problem is that your brain resets what feels normal. Krishna points to the same truth from a different direction. He explains that when the mind constantly runs after external things for happiness, it never stops running because desire doesn't end when it's fulfilled. It simply changes its target. That's why so many people spend their entire lives climbing one mountain only to discover another mountain waiting at the top. So before we ask, how do I become happy? Maybe we should ask a better question. Have I been searching in the wrong place all along? Now, here's the real question. If getting more doesn't make us happy, then why do we keep chasing more? Because your brain is designed to chase, not to stay satisfied. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. If our ancestors stopped searching for food, water, or safety, they would not survive. So the brain involved with one simple rule: keep waiting, keep wanting more. The problem is that same survival system now controls modern life. Today, you are no longer running from wild animals. You are running after likes, money, status, the perfect body, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. And every time you achieve one goal, your brain quietly whispers, good, now what next? Notice something. Your biggest dream from 5 years ago is probably your normal life today, yet your happiness didn't stay. Why? Because the mind moved the finish line. Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy. It's the illusion that happiness is waiting at the next achievements. I will happy when I get promoted. I will be happy when I make more money. I will be happy when I find the right person. But when you finally arrive, the mind creates another destination and another and another. It's like drinking salty water. The more you drink, the thirst grows. Krishna understood. This long before modern psychology, he teaches that desire itself is not the enemy. Without desire, we wouldn't learn, create, or improve. The real problem begins when your happiness depends on fulfilling every desire. Because now your peace has become a hostage. Someone else controls your mood, your circumstances, control your emotion. Your success controls your self worth. Think about how much power we unknowingly give away. One negative comment ruins an entire day. One failure makes us question our value. One rejection convinces us we are not enough. But should your inner peace really depends on things you can't fully control? That's the question Krishna invites us to ask, and the answer completely changes the way we live. So, if happiness is not found by chasing more, where do we actually find it? Krishna answers is surprisingly practical. He doesn't tell us to run away from life. He doesn't say give up your goals. He says something far more powerful. Don't make your happiness dependent on the result. At first, that sounds impossible. If I don't care about the result, why would I work hard? But that's not what Krishna means. Imagine two students preparing for the same exam. The first studies because he loves learning and wants to improve. The second studies because he terrified or failing. Both may spend the same number of hours studying, but only one sleeps peacefully the night before the exam. Why? Because one is focused on the effort, the other is trapped by the outcome. The same is true in life. You can work hard, dream big, build a successful career, fall in love, start a business. None of these are problems. The suffering begins when your mind says, if this doesn't happen, I can't be happy. That's not ambition, that's emotional dependence. And dependence always creates fear, fear of losing, fear of failing, fear of losing, fear of failing, fear of not being enough. So, what's the solution? Krishna invites us to shift our attention from result to process. Instead of asking, what will I get? Ask, who I am, who am I becoming while doing this? Because success changes your circumstances, but growth changes your character, and character stays with you even when success doesn't. Here's something you can practice starting today. Every evening, ask yourself just three questions. Question number one: did I give my best effort today? Question number two: did I learn something today? Question number three: did I become a slightly better person than yesterday? Notice, none of these questions depend on money or praise or other people's opinions. They are completely under your control, and that's where real peace begins. No, when life becomes perfect, but when your happiness no longer depends on perfection. Before we end, I want you to imagine two people. The first person spends every day saying, I will be happy when I earn more, when people respect me, when life becomes easier. The second person also has goals. They work hard, they dream big, but every morning they choose something different. They choose to find meaning in the journey. Years later, one person has spent a lifetime chasing happiness, the other has quietly built it. The difference was not money, different wasn't talent, it was not luck, it was where they decide happiness would come from. Krishna teaches that a peaceful mind is not created by getting everything it wants. It created by understanding that nothing outside can permanently complete what's missing inside. This doesn't mean you will never feel sad or disappointed or frustrated. You are human. Those emotions will come. The difference is you won't become their prisoner. You will experience them, learn from them, and let them pass. Because now your happiness has roots, not in possessions, not in praises, not in perfect circumstances, but in the person you are becoming every single day. So here's the challenge for you for the next 7 days. Stop asking what can make me happy today. Instead, ask how can I create peace today? Help someone without expecting anything back. Spend 10 minutes in silence. Put your phone away during a meal. Write down 3 things you are grateful for before you sleep. These actions may seem small. These actions may seem small, but day by day after day, they begin to change the way your mind experiences life. Remember, happiness is not a destination waiting at the end of success. It's something you practice in the middle of ordinary moment. If you keep waiting for the perfect life, you will miss the beautiful one you are already living. If this video gave you a new perspective, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want timeless wisdom from the Bhagavad Gita, explained through psychology and modern life, subscribe to Wisdom by Rohi. Until next time, don't chase happiness, become the kind of person who naturally creates it.